How has Slimstock adjusted to COVID with you as both support and as a tool? So how has Slimstock helped on the support side as well as the tool side dealing with this in this pandemic time, since you're relatively new with it?
Oh, that's a really good question. So from the support side of from Slimstock, we have a channel where we reach out daily to every participant from Slimstock that we've worked with from the onset of the project through the blueprinting phase, development phase. That dialogue is ongoing, so it's been second to none. And through that dialogue and through the Slim 4, we're developing and making changes and tweaks and coming up with different needs in the Slim 4 tool itself as we go along. So, you know, making sure we knew how to set up a collection. This is how you manage some of the workflow for a planner, how you set
Mm-hmm.
up a collection to look for forecasts, to look for demand that might have changed plus or minus 35% compared to a different time period. So we've been able to tweak Slim 4 to help us do that, and then to come up with the idea that we needed to freeze some of the data. That's all been collaboration between our project manager, our team, and Slimstock. And then realizing quite quickly that I laugh because you would think I would know better. And I'm just human, and our we're just human, and we're learning here that, boy, our KPIs were really not doing very well. So maybe we need to strip the COVID-related items out of that group and that measurement. And that involves Slim 4 to be able to measure the success of the rest of the business without that piece. So we've been able to adapt Slim 4 along with the support. It's a collaboration, and it's a collective effort between the two of us, and it's ongoing. We're already looking at the next phase. Some of you might already be on the next phase, and we're looking at getting there right now, probably in the last part of this year. So we need to stabilize a little bit first, get our lead time variabilities working for us so we can get our service levels up. So it's been good.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. Another question for you. How do you keep people motivated and communicating in a stressful work environment?
Oh, really good question. And some of my team is on this call, so I'm hoping that they agree. So we made sure that we had the first piece for us is not everybody had VPN, so the ability to work from home. We didn't have enough licenses. IT was awesome. Sonopar Canada IT, we got all the licensing in place very, very quickly. And then as a leader, I knew that I had to reach out as a group. So we started having coffee break meetings daily. And all we talked about was really not business. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Tell me something exciting. We met some of our staff members that have young children. They were part of our calls. So we got to meet them. They did show and tells for us. So we had that real human piece happening on a daily basis on top of the business meetings that we needed to have. It's no doubt it takes a lot of effort to keep the communication lines open. But it was kind of fun for us, and not everybody handled what we all lived through and are living through the same way. So, it's important as a leader to have the empathy that you need to understand that maybe it's not bothering you, but it might be somebody else. And we had a lot of people that a lot of their partners and spouses lost their jobs or were laid off as well. So it's you have to look at everything. And plus, we have to understand that now we're all back in the office here right now, but we couldn't all come back at the same time because people needed to figure out what they were doing with daycare because daycares hadn't opened yet. So you need to be flexible as an employer. And I think we have been. And now we have such stringent regulations on COVID testing that you might be here and then you might have a symptom. And so you're working from home for the next 14 days. And we're good with that. It's good. It's all good.
You're
It's
ready.
flexibility. Yeah.
Okay. Another question, did your ERP or Slimstock help more during the COVID rush?
Slimstock did. Yeah, because that's the dashboard for all of the planning. Slim4 was the tool that showed us when we were, it's there's so many different things you can do with it. It's mind-boggling, and that was the tool that we could put in some rules to say, okay, if our demand has increased by 35%, we want a list. What items now, and we build a collection that says, okay, what items haven't come in and are past their due dates. You can lay your workflow out in there. So as a buyer, as a planner, as a category manager, or some of you might know a category manager, product manager, you know what you need to look at every day to set the stage for your day. That tool is what really got us through. We didn't have the level of visibility nor the resources required to work through our current ERP system, because it was the planning cycle was very, very manual and was only done only updated and done once a month.
Thank you for spending the time with us.
Thank you, Jeff, for the opportunity. Thanks, everybody.